Hi, I'm from Gable Search Group calling about your interview. How are you doing today? Just so you know, the camera is recording for this session.
Doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm really excited to chat with you today about our manufacturing supervisor role. It's a great opportunity with a company that has been around for over 100 years, focusing on solid long term production stability. Before we dive into your background, do you have any questions about the interview format?
No questions right now, thank you.
Great. So, looking at your background in operations and team coordination, I'd love to hear about a time you managed a really challenging production or project schedule. What kind of obstacles did you run into? And how did you push through to get things back on track?
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time managing production schedules for pretty much all my positions. I did a lot of work in manufacturing for retail, but also architecture too. So for me, the schedule was how do we keep things straight? How do we make sure that we deliver on time, but also making sure that our team members are feeling like they can actually accomplish a task by setting out specific tasks, making sure they're achievable and attainable, and then actually working on a work back plan to execute.
That makes total sense. Breaking those big goals down into smaller, manageable pieces really helps keep everyone aligned. Since you've spent so much time in those environments, I'm curious about how you handle the people side of things. How do you approach team accountability and ensure that those performance standards are being met day in and day out?
I think to approach team accountability, you as a manager must be himself or herself first accountable. So making sure that you can sort of lead by example, show how it's done, do the right job, show the processes and how they can be followed, and then trickle those down to your employees too. But also making sure that you're showing them how to find their rhythm, but also at the same time ability to work back, like I said before. So just kind of making sure that that everyone has a good ear to listen to, can actually accompany with their concerns, but also find an actual plan how to manage and address any challenges they might bring up.
I love that perspective. Setting the tone from the top really sets the stage for the rest of the team. Building that open door where they feel comfortable coming to you with concerns is huge for keeping things running smoothly. Building on that, what specific techniques or strategies do you rely on to keep the production lines moving efficiently and ensure you're hitting those throughput goals?
Again, I think it's just making sure that we are working back to how things work, making sure the production lines have shifts covered in the right places. If there are any shortages, making sure we know how to compensate for any say no shows or sick or calls people calling in sick. But also at the same time, making sure that we have an actual quota for production level, making sure that's attainable as well. And also, if we have any crunch times, making a plan to show that we appreciate the work that everyone does. And if there's any extra hours, making sure they're compensated, but also recognized for their achievements and for their teamwork.
That's a really well rounded approach, especially balancing the operational side of coverage with the human side of making sure people feel appreciated when crunch time hits. It sounds like you really focus on the sustainability of the team's effort. Speaking of when things don't go according to plan, how do you typically step in and support the team when you run into unexpected downtime or some other major disruption on the floor?
Yeah, I think I answered on my last question, but it's pretty much is how do we obviously support and verify that any downtime is covered, but also at the same time, what can we do to find productivity elsewhere if there is downtime, or if there are people who or if we're in a busy time, people can't show up, then how do we cover that? So I think in the downtime periods, it's always good to ask if people want to train more, find a new skill, or even try to find a path to advancing in the company.
That's a great way to turn a potential negative like downtime into an opportunity for growth and development. It keeps the team engaged rather than letting them lose focus. Along those same lines, what are your favorite strategies for cross training? How do you actually decide which skills or roles to prioritize when you're working to build that extra flexibility into your team?
Yeah, I mean, the downtime really helps there. You can always start to identify, what skills people are showing that's more than just their day to day. I'm obviously working on a production line. You're kind of doing one thing over and over again, but people will show what skills that they actually are able to either learn or already have innately by those times when they actually have to support or cover for others because they can show they can do more than one job. And if they want to develop those skills into a new certification or even advance again, we're able to help them manifest that and also turn that into an actual plan going forward, while also making sure that their day to day is also covered.
That's a proactive way to build a bench. You're essentially turning the day-to-day operations into a training ground, which is perfect for maintaining consistency. We've covered a lot of ground today. It was great learning more about how you handle production challenges and team dynamics. As I mentioned, we'll be in touch in the next few days if you're selected to move forward. Before I let you go, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, do you have any information about what the next steps going forward are, or anything else about the company you can tell me?
I can tell you that the next stage would be a deeper dive with the hiring team to talk more about the specifics of the production floor, but I don't have the exact names of the team members involved or the specific interview timeline. As for the company, it's a stable, multi-generational manufacturer that really values that long-term loyalty and consistency we discussed. Do you have any other questions for me?
Oh, I think that's great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure speaking with you today and learning more about your experience. Since you don't have any further questions, we're all set for now. You can go ahead and press the end call button whenever you're ready. Have a wonderful day.